Yeah, 100% for the longest time.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Like some of the salaries that we pay to the managers, I'm like, holy shit. Well done. Well done.
And you get that from day one.
Yes.
Whereas in the beginning, as an entrepreneur, you pay yourself last.
Yes. So for the first 10 years, this company banked less money, a lot less money, than the top 5 managers earn in our company today.
There you go.
Yeah. That's a scary thought. Yeah, a lot less.
And you paid yourself last if you paid yourself.
When there was but to spare.
Yes. No Netflix.
Yeah, no Netflix. My friend, when last did you watch Netflix?
I think 2 weekends ago.
Okay. I'm going to introduce you and to everybody that hasn't seen it because it's so appropriate. I keep telling Elsie, and I know she hasn't watched an episode. Have you watched an episode? You haven't. So everyone that I speak to.
I watched that, The Old Guard, the second movie.
With
Charlize Theron.
With Charlize Theron.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I watched last.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to introduce you to, and it's not on Netflix, it's on Showmax. It is probably, for me, I will make this a company non-negotiable for the sales team. Okay, so it's a PG-18 and above because there's some like weird scenes in there. But the show is called Ballers. It is
Football.
So the main character is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and he's not on steroids at all. All veiny and like tree trunk arms, not on steroids. And it is written and produced by Mark Wahlberg, who I've got like the most admiration for. I love Marky Mark. It is probably the best thing that you can watch if you're in sales or in any sort of business where shit breaks. It's a must. Very good.
Called Ballers.
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 Yes, Ballers.
Ballers.
Very old show. So I think it's probably like 10 years old. And I only found it like 2 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Very good.
Ballers. I'm going to go and watch that.
Binge watch that thing.
Is it a series?
It's a series. It is fucking good. It's good.
So in the same vein, brokey, entrepreneur. I think it's captured in the following kind of line: is are you a king or are you a general?
Are you a king or are you a general?
Because the entrepreneur is a king because he builds a kingdom, but first fights alone. Whereas when you're a general, an entrepreneur, you rise to power through loyalty, strategy, and on the battlefield in someone else's kingdom.
Yes, my friend. Yeah, the fighting alone part that's the lonely part, right?
It's lonely.
That's the lonely part.
They say it's lonely at the top.
I think as an entrepreneur, you most of the time have information that only you are privy to.
Yeah.
So the level of stress, and for me, Gary Vee said this, a sign of a true leader is how that leader dilutes pressure. So how that leader goes from, we have tremendous financial pressure, but it's at a 10 for me, and I will only give you a 2 out of 10. Because if I pass the 10 to a 10, then you're not a leader. You're a victim. You know, we can't pay our shit. You lead, bro. You led us to this point. You have to dilute the pressure, but also not carry it on your own, because then you'll die. Out of, like, your heart will stop. But I think if you take a 10 and you are able to pass it down as a 5, that everybody around you feels that there's pressure, and you've done a good enough job selecting your entrepreneurs, it makes the fight a bit easier, I think.
So I've got another question for you. How much money, there's a simple calculation. How much money do you need to retire?
I don't know. I never thought about it. I'm 40 years young.
So there's a formula that is pretty well known. It's not, I didn't come up with this formula, and it gives you a mathematical calculation at any age. You could be 25, you could be 65.
That's interesting.
And the formula is exactly the same.
Hopefully you getting this formula at 25 and not at 65.
If you're getting this formula at 25, if you're 25 right now and you don't take this on board, you're a brokey. Think about that. So the formula goes as follows. It's quite simple. Your annual expenses, okay?
Fixed expenses. Food,
rent, transport expenses, your fixed expenses, your annual expenses, multiplied by 25.
Multiplied by 25. Okay.
Okay. So if your annual expense is 500,000 Rand a year.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say that's rent. We did the calculations earlier on. We came up with just on 400,000 Rand a year.
Yeah. If your rent is 15 and food and entertainment and all that other stuff.
We came up with about 400,000 Rand a year. You need 25 times that in order to retire.
And never work again.
So if we use a round number of 500,000 Rand multiplied by 25 will get you to
12.5 million. What is
12.5 million Rand.
12.5 million Rand.
Okay. So at 12.5 million Rand, and if you maintain the spending of 500,000 Rand a year, the return on your capital of 12.5 million Rand will never deplete.
Interesting. And you can maintain your lifestyle.
And you can maintain your lifestyle.
Without working.
And then we calculated, well, what does it take to get to 12.5 million Rand? How long does it take you to get there?
Interesting.
And how old? If you started at the age of 25.
And you're committed.
And you're committed. You've got to commit to this. You can't go buy M4s unless you buy from Bobby.
And it's within your income bracket.
It's within the 500,000 Rand.
Yes.
If you can get, if you start this at the age of 25, you could get to 12.5 million Rand within 10 to 15 years.
So at 40 you can retire.
At 40 you can tap out, never have to work again.
Which makes it interesting because then you don't have to work, but what if you want to work? How does that grow?
Then life gets interesting. But most people get to the age of 40 and they've employed none of these things.
Yo.
And it just proves you don't need that much money if you're young in order to get to early retirement.
Just how you
discipline.
Just how you discipline yourself. Yeah. How much late gratification do you welcome in your life?